Hello, and thank you for taking the time to listen to our Birkenroad report on Team Industrial Services. This report was created by Krishanda Bird, Henry Pye, Taoyun Zhu, and myself, Mark Rolifson. We give Team Inc. a rating of market underperform and a target price of $42. In this presentation, we will start off by giving an introduction to Team Industrial Services. We will go over its history, what the company does, and how the company operates its business. We will also discuss our analysis on the industry. We will then talk about Team Inc.'s competitors and its peers. Afterwards, we will go over the risks investors should be aware of when investing in Team Inc. Last but not least, we will sum up the presentation with our own valuation on the company and end the presentation with our conclusion. Team Industrial Services is the largest provider of industrial services in the U.S. Headquartered in Sugar Land, Texas, the company employs over 4,000 people in more than 100 locations worldwide. Team serves customers in the refining, petrochemical, power, pipeline, and heavy industrial industries with inspection, turnaround, and mechanical on-stream services. These services include valve and pipe repair, field machining, technical bolting, emissions control, and field heat treating. In 1973, Team first opened its doors in Houston, Texas as a leak repair service company for piping systems. The company grew, it expanded its services, and became a one-stop resource for industrial and petrochemical plants. In October 1980, Team announced its initial public offering on the American Stock Exchange. Team offers basic and advanced non-destructive testing services. These services are inspections, turnarounds, and on-stream services. Inspection services account for 45% of Team services and include radiographic testing, magnetic particle inspection, electromagnetic testing, robot inspection, technology-driven inline inspection, and data management software. Turnarounds encompass all repairs made in scheduled and unscheduled facility turnarounds, as well as the new facility construction or expansion. This sector accounts for 34% of Team services. These services include field machining, technical bolting, heat exchanger repair, field valve repair, and isolation test plugging services. Lastly, on-stream services account for 21% of Team Inc. services and are provided while a company's plant is operating and under pressure. These operations include leak repair, valve repair, emissions control, isolation and test plug services, field machining services, technical bolting services, and hot tapping services. As of July 2013, the company reorganized its service structure into 3 separate divisions. The 3 business divisions are Inspection and Heat Treating Services, Mechanical Services, and Quest Integrity. Industrial service is a highly competitive industry composed of thousands of suppliers. Its fragmented structure has spurred major players such as Team Inc. to merge and acquire smaller, less profitable companies. This environment allows bigger players to expand internationally, creating new business and growing profit. General contracting on projects is the primary revenue driver for industrial services and generated roughly 57.2% of the industry's revenue in 2014. The industrial service industry has a low level of market share concentration. The 4 largest companies generate a combined share of less than 25% of the industry's revenue. Team controls about 15% of the entire market and is one of the industry's major players. Industrial service is labor intensive. As such, wage costs are approximately 60% of total revenues. This wage expense is almost twice as high as the average wage costs compared to other industries. Chosen to compare Team Inc. with 4 of its peers. Many firms in the industrial services industry compete for clients. We highlighted 2 publicly traded companies and 2 privately held firms we believe investors should be aware of. These companies are Firmenich Corporation, Mistras Group, Guardian Compliance, and Accurate. Firmenich Corporation is a firm based in Houston, Texas. The company does technical services and offers a variety of industrial repairs. Similar to Team Inc., Firmenich has established locations overseas and offers its services to international clients. With a $244 million market cap, Firmenich generates annual revenues of $430 million with 24 cents earnings per share. Mistras Group is a service provider in the oil and gas industry. It is headquartered in New Jersey and it has over 5,000 employees. Mistras Group also does business worldwide. It has over 100 offices with 20 located internationally. Although privately held, Acuren Group is the #1 largest competitor against Team Inc. in the North America region. The two firms often compete with each other over the same customers. Acuren Group was incorporated in 1965 in Canada. The firm provides mechanical integrity inspection programs just like Team Inc. Acuren currently has over 3,500 employees. Guardian Compliance was formed in early 2011 through the merger of two firms, the Encompass and Environmental Analytics. With over 100 years of experience, the firm has over 500 employees and operates in over 100 clients' facilities. Like Team Inc. and its other major competitors, Guardian Compliance offers its services internationally. One key difference is that Guardian Compliance specializes its services to clients that have been performing poorly and are under pressure to meet federal regulations. Team Inc. employs a skilled workforce and therefore is susceptible to the risk of being unable to retain its employees. Team Inc. must pay its skilled workforce increasing wages as it competes with its peers to retain its employees. Team Inc.'s competitive advantage is derived from its workforce's ability to perform engagements for its clients, and Team Inc. therefore must weigh the costs and benefits of retaining its employees as wages rise. Team Inc. traditionally can attribute about a third of its growth to acquisitions. However, acquisitions carry with them substantial risk. In an acquisition, the acquiring company must perform its due diligence to structure the acquisition in a way that will provide it with synergistic effects. Integrating new product and service lines, new employees, and new financial records into an existing business requires a lot of time and effort to do so efficiently during an acquisition. Team Inc.'s revenues depend upon demand for its array of services. Team Inc.'s clients' ability to make capital expenditures fluctuates with macroeconomic health. When economic growth slows, it can negatively impact demand for Team Inc.'s services, since clients sign service contracts months in advance of the services being performed. We used a weighted average of 3 multiples to calculate our 12-month target share price. The 3 multiples are price to earnings, price to book value, and enterprise value to earnings before interest, depreciation, and amortization. Price to earnings multiple. We took the average of the price to earnings ratio of Team Inc.'s 5 closest competitors, Mistras Group, Firmenite, Halliburton, Matrix Service Company, and Cayman Corporation to determine the industry average. We excluded the Babcock and Wilcox Company because its P/E ratio is an outlier among the group. Finally, we multiplied this industry average P/E ratio by Team Inc.'s projected earnings for the next 4 quarters to arrive at a 12-month target stock price of $42.54. For price to book value multiple, we went through the same process as we did for P/E ratio. Once we calculated the industry average price to book value multiple, we estimated the next year's book value per share by dividing projected total stockholders' equity by weighted shares outstanding in 2015. Lastly, we multiplied this projected book value per share by the industry average ratio to arrive at our target price of $42.67. To calculate the industry average of enterprise value to EBITDA ratio, we excluded Mistras Group because its enterprise value to EBITDA ratio was too high and categorized as an outlier. Then we multiplied the company's projected EBITDA for the next 4 quarters by the industry average enterprise value to EBITDA ratio and divided by the forecasted weighted shares outstanding to arrive at a stock price of $39.98. To reiterate, we give Team Inc. a market underperform rating with a target price of $42. Thank you for listening to our Birkenroad report on Team Inc.